Hi everyone, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. Today is Tuesday 25 around 9:30 a.m. So it's quite early today, and this video is going to be a request about how I make my daily pages, how I build them, what do I feature. So I thought it would be a nice video, quite chatty one, to explain to you how I go about it. So I made a little list the other day about things that I wanted to discuss with you guys. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. So as some of you may know, but maybe if this is the first video that you see, I use a Hobonichi A5. So this is the cousin size, and I'm using the ABEC, which is the first 6 months of the year, and then you have another book with the other 6 months. So I don't really mind that it's getting quite chunky. First, because I don't get this book out of my house. This book is my stay-at-home book. And then because I will change after June. All right, so July I will get a new book. So yeah, let's just start. Let's go here. So one of the things that I wasn't sure when I got this notebook is how much time I was going to have to be here, like be in this journal, sit with this journal and write every single day, because I'm quite busy and I feel very, very tired after work. So I think during 2024, I lost a little bit my habit of daily journaling, because I was mainly in a Hobonichi weeks where I journal every day, but about like 6 lines or so. So I was not really consistently sitting for 40-30 minutes every day and just make a whole spread. However, it's been so good. This journal has been so good to me. I love my time here. It's just my own time. I usually put some music. I am quite picky because I cannot usually write and watch something, because my sentences get all like mixed up, and then the grammar is all wrong. So I usually watch videos while I am kind of putting the decoration down, and once I start writing, I usually switch to music. So today I want to go step by step to what I do. So one of the things that I think is making this journaling process quite easy is like my page don't really vary between them. And this is because I don't usually have lots of times to explore new setups and things like that. So the consistency is what it's making this journaling process quite simple. However, if I have more time, I may rearrange my page. I may just change the way I do it. But because right now I don't have all the time in the world to sit on my desk, I think that even if my pages kind of look the same, like the same style between them, this also gives me some sort of comfort. I don't really have to think, I've been thinking the whole day. I've been hyper focusing on my tasks the whole day. Then when I come home, I don't really want to put more pressure on myself. I want things to be simple, easy, right? So when I have a structure that works for me, then that makes everything way easier. So speaking of structure, the first thing that I do when I come to my page is I make this square. So you have 4 boxes here at the top, which I think are made for your priorities of the day. So I take these 4 lines plus one more, so that's 4 boxes, and then I make a rectangle. And here is where I just take a moment and settle in the moment. So you put the time when I'm journaling, the temperature, the weather outside, what city I'm journaling from, and where, so home, coffee shop, I don't know, parents' home, whatever it is. And then a little bit like, what am I doing? So this, I'm journaling after work, I'm journaling while waiting for my partner to come home and have dinner together. I'm journaling while watching, I don't know, a movie, something like that, right? So just to immediately, when I read this back, know where I was and where I was coming from while journaling. Then the next thing that I do is I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes. So then I am going to choose the picture. Oh, what is this? I'm going to choose the picture of the day. So I usually have a picture every single day, usually. But, you know, sometimes there's no pictures because that day I basically didn't take any, or because I went through my camera roll and couldn't find anything that I wanted to print or feature in my page, so I may skip that part. But I don't really prepare, let's say, for a whole week the pictures that I want to print. I just print them in the moment. So I would use this printer. This is a Xiaomi printer. Mine is a little bit old. I think I had this one for 3 years or so, and I don't know, sometimes it can print a little bit with a blue tint, but I think this is quite common between all the photo printers. And I chose at that time this one because the pictures or the photos have sticky back, so they are basically stickers, which makes it so much easier. And also they are thinner. It's a thinner paper. Still, it does bulk up your pages, but maybe not as thick as a Polaroid printer, which I do have too. I have a square Polaroid printer, but I don't usually use it on my pages. So after I make the box and also put a little sticker of my mood very loosely, I will print the picture for the day. So what happens if that day I don't have any picture that I want to print, or nothing special happened that day? So sometimes I print a full picture. So I don't know, it's like a business card size picture. So I will print the whole thing. But sometimes I don't want to take as much space, so I may just collage it into 2 pictures. Usually I don't put 2 on the same spread, so I will have a second picture like as a backup to use another day. And those ones I put here, and when I don't have any idea what I want to put on my page, or I want to still use a picture but I don't have anything related to the day, I can choose from here if I have multiple ones. But like I said, there are days that I may not want to prioritize a photo. So after that, I just stick it. So I decide if I'm going to stick it on the left side. Let's see. Okay, on the left side, you see this one I did put 2 pictures because I really like both of them, but it's quite rare that I do it. So okay, on the left side, I may on the corner here, or on the right side I really like lately. And once that is done, I'm going to write a little note accompanying this picture. So this is kind of like a caption on Instagram. It is, for example, this is a picture that I love, and this is from February 22. However, this picture was taken May 22 of 2024, so last year's. But I was going through my camera roll because I wanted to print half and half, and I was like, what else should I print? And I went into my favorites, and I saw this picture, and I thought, oh, I love this picture. So I just printed it, and this day I've been really admiring light lately, how light just these pockets of light that make me really, really happy. And this picture has a beautiful light, so the original one at least. So I just talked a little bit about it. So I said this photo was taken May 22 of 2024 at the National Museum of Seoul, after coming out of a exhibition room. I saw this girl reading a book in front of these beautiful windows, and the light was just falling on her, and I just captured the moment. And it's one of my favorite pictures that I've ever taken. So I just wanted to capture that. So that would accompany this notebook, this picture. And I usually write this in another color. So I have different pens ink for in a month. And so these ones I haven't yet finished. I will put a dot when I just dried up the whole pen. But right now, so I have some Sailor ink. So this is a Sailor ink Studio in 252. So I will just write here the little caption. And once that is done, it has already taken kind of quite a lot of space. Sometimes the caption can be quite small. Sometimes it's longer. Sometimes it can be kind of like half of the page. I also may do it horizontally, depending on. And then once I have this, I will search on my printables what I want to use, like collage, stickers, what I want to use. Usually it's not really related to the day, it's just something that I love and want to use, like these Susanna B. Bryant printables. But this day, I did quite a lot of stationery shopping, very much inspired by Nikki. I got a high-tech Coletto, so I just put the packaging here. So it could be something related to the day, some stickers that I got, or just could be completely unrelated. And once that is done, that is when I start journaling. So I don't pre-decorate my pages. I just sit down that same day and go with my mood. Then some days I have a clear idea of what I want to journal about. I may have read something that sparked some thought, some thread that I want to keep pulling, or I just watch something that inspires something that I want to capture. Like on this day, I read this the Marginalian article about the moments of being, and that I thought it was a very good essay, so I just wanted to record my favorite parts, so I just put them here. But some days, you're tired, you come home, you done that easy, very relaxing part that for me is like choosing my printable or choosing the stickers and then choosing the picture, doing a little caption, right? So now what? It could be kind of daunting because it's a big size. So I think I've shown this notebook before. I have a it's a B7. Okay, it's a B7, so it's an A7 but slim, so B7 size notebook, and I always have this with me. It is a very unassuming notebook, so when you have it, when I have it on my desk at work, no one is looking at this notebook because it's just kind of graph paper. And I was watching Chris from Ella Neem's video, and she has like a stream of consciousness journal and then a reflections journal. So I thought that idea can also apply to what I do. So this notebook captures things as they happen. It is an immediate reaction to a situation. It could be because at this moment I'm complaining about something that has happened at work or has happened in general, or I am listening to a podcast or while working, and oh this idea is good, I want to go back to this idea, I want to research this idea a little bit more. or I just want to capture something, a moment that happened, or something that I heard, right? So I just don't, sometimes this notebook can be a bit personal. But yeah, so basically I just do bullet entries, bullet points. So here I was, as I said, on my way to work, I was thinking about what leisure, is it how you pronounce it? Leisure time, like your own time. What does it mean for you? Is it like mean scrolling down like on your phone, laying in bed? Is it a time for you to research, to cultivate yourself? Is time for you to go outside and run and hike? What is leisure time mean to you? And why it's so important to prioritize it in a world that is all about being productive, showing off at work, right? Like measure in numbers how important that time for yourself and dedicated to yourself is. So I basically was listening to that, and that sparked a little bit of a thought, which I do think I journal about at some point. Here it is, right? So you see, yes, I was listening to this or reading this article on the 21st, and then at home when I sat down on my desk and I was like, okay, what should I journal about today? Because I was just at work for 9 hours and nothing much happened, and I don't want to talk about work on my planner or on my diary, so what should I talk about? And then I just went back, opened this little notebook that I always keep with me, and I was like, oh yes, I was thinking about this. So this is so helpful when you cannot sit down for the whole day with your notebooks and capture things as they happen. It's more of a reflection space for me. So this, that is just very like bullet point, short sentence, capturing the moment. It is such an important tool for me when I sit down and then I'm like, okay, now I have a whole A5 page to fill, even though I use very big decoration, because I like very big decorations, because I don't mind how much space they take. Like I said, I don't need to journal long form to feel good, to feel better. This is something that I love to do, but it's not something that I do to feel better. So yeah, basically this is a tool that I always keep with me, and it helps me so much. It really, really helps me so much. However, there are days that I come back, English today is hard. I come here and yeah, I didn't read anything. I didn't listen to anything important. So what am I going to journal about? So I usually also have, so let's go back. I have my structure of the day, so where I am, my picture and the caption. I may have some reflection about something. However, I always have a little paragraph about my day. This is what I thought about my day. This is how it went. This is how I felt. It can be longer, it can be short. You know, sometimes there's things that I want to, capture. There's things that I don't care about. And I know that in 3 years' time, I won't care. So I also do that. I come here and like I started the day with a big headache. I went to work. I had a nice conversation with my friends, called my mom, she was doing this, my dad, he was doing this. I also like to capture what other people are doing. Since I live so far away from them, it gives me a little bit of an idea of what they are doing. So I also do that, but it's not much of everything I did that day. It's just kind of an overall summary of something that I want to remember, because a lot of this page don't have a clear thing of what happened. However, sometimes this thought, like traveling, it is inspired by something that I did that day or something that happened very close to this day. However, there are days that I do have blank space, and I do not worry about this, because there are times in the month or times in the year that I'm much more relaxed, that work has slowed down, or I am on holiday, I have a lot more time to consume things that make me think and spark joy. And then I will be confronted with only a page to fill in. Oh, I need more space. Where should I put those things? So now I have still these little spaces to fill in. Also, sometimes I go back to the page. Let me see. So on here, I was talking about pockets of light. And that day I was feeling a little bit like my brain was not really making sense, or my sentences were not coming as smoothly and fluidly as I hoped for. So I will go back, read what I wrote, and then reflect on it again. For example, maybe my idea changed, maybe my thought changed, maybe I changed, and I don't think anymore the same, right? So also it's kind of like having a conversation with yourself. Some things that you may consider very important, then at some point they stop being important, right? You spend so much time thinking about something that in 2 months' time you just completely ignore. So that can also happen, and that is also a process of how we change, right? So sometimes it's good to reflect that change kind of organically in our journals. So yeah, having this frame helps me a lot, because I've seen other journals, like for example, I know I mentioned her every single video, but Erin from Erin Ware, I love her journals, like love them. But her pages are so beautiful, but you can see it takes a little bit of time to make those pages, because they're so stunning, right? And illustrated and very decorated. And sometimes I don't have that time because I don't work from home and I don't have this book with me. So maybe I have, let's say, 40 minutes to just squeeze time to journal. So having some sort of pattern helps me tremendously. So yeah, just as a summary, I do my box, print my picture, I print the picture on the day, and if I don't have anything, I will go through my already printed pictures or skip the thing altogether. Like this day, I know that I wanted to put these, I know that I wanted to put some new stickers that I got, so I thought I didn't take any picture from this day. I went to work, and then I took myself onto a stationary shopping spree. So I didn't think that I wanted to capture anything from that day because I didn't take any picture. So I just decided to just go ahead and skip it. And then I will, if I have a picture, caption the picture and maybe situate myself a little bit. Like this day, what did he say? Oh yes, this is about transitive journal. So I read an article about a transitive journal, a journal as an object. A journal that takes an object, let's say. So it's basically commonplace, and how commonplacing is a journal that captures other people's thoughts, but those thoughts may sparkle some memory of your life, kind of like that. I think I will talk more about this when I do my flip through. But yeah, so I just said here, like I was on my way to work and I was going on Substack, and then I read this article that it's called A Writer's Commonplace Book as a Transitive Journal, which I thought it was a very interesting idea. So I wanted to capture what the author or the writer was, how she was defining a commonplace journal. But yeah, so first I situated myself. I am talking about this because I was doing this in the morning, kind of like that. Yeah, it is quite simple, honestly. I am not someone that puts a lot of thought. I don't know. Isn't that thought? I don't overthink that. Let's say I don't overthink things. I just go with the flow. There are pages that I like better. There are pages that I don't care for. But honestly, when you flip through the whole thing, and it feels cohesive, it feels that there's a reason for it. I don't know. Even though there are individual pages that I love, individual pages that I dislike. But yeah, that is basically how I go about my journals. I wanted to start journaling with you today, so maybe I just start. It's 9 a.m. There's not much that I want to write about, but I don't even have any picture to print, and I'm actually waiting for a pop mart order that my partner. So I had a very bad day at work the other day, and well, not bad day. It was just so, I was so overworked and burned out that my partner came to pick me up, and he wanted to surprise me with a Pop Mart figure, but the one that I really wanted was sold out, so he just ordered it, and I think it's coming today. So I want to journal about that because it's such a beautiful sentiment. Like, he didn't have to you know, just picking me up from work was enough, but you know, that extra effort to make me feel good is much appreciated. So I want to also journal about that, but of course it hasn't arrived yet. It's very early in the morning, so I'm going to do my box. I'm going to just situate the page where I am and probably just journal a few sentences about this moment. And I want to upload this video as soon as possible, so I don't think I will just journal about the whole thing, but I just wanted today more in kind of chatty form tell you how I go about my journaling process. And maybe another day, if you guys like, I can skip a day and then journal with you for a day. Actually, I was going to skip yesterday and journal today with you on the video, but I completely forgot about it. I came home and I was so excited because I hang out with my friends, and I completely forgot about the whole thing. So I don't have anything today to show for, but yeah, still I wanted to start my page with you. So let's do that now. So you see, this is already giving me some sense of the page. I will probably print a picture here or put the picture around here and the caption, which is already half of the page done. And today I will probably journal about just that beautiful gestures and gestures that we have with the people that we love. I may actually, so this is something that I also do, guys. So for example, today I have this idea of journaling about love gestures or love language. What is a love language, or how does my love language look like? And what I may actually do is, I sit down and type love language or love gestures, and I'm sure some articles will pop up, and also some maybe quotes or something like that, and that would also spark a reflection. Sometimes I also do this while I'm on the subway. If I cannot read because I don't have physical space to open my book, I may just type a topic and try to like search online something interesting about that topic, or it can even be an image about that topic. So yeah, I was thinking actually I wanted to print a picture of a leisure time, but we ended up getting donuts, and donuts are my favorite type of like dessert or baked good. It's my favorite thing, donuts. So yeah, I prioritize donuts this day. But yeah, that is also something that I do. I try to, I may not have a groundbreaking thought about something, so I may try to, collect thoughts from other people and try to form my own out of all of those conversations. So yeah, that is basically all for this video. I don't know how informative it was or if it was useful at all, but it's just the way that I sit down and journal. I think my best advice for you guys is don't overthink it. If it works for you, keep doing it. And if you overwhelm your things with you overwhelm yourself with things like, I want to try this style, I want to change my style, I want to try to draw, and you don't really have that much time, or you don't it doesn't come natural to you, I think it can be very overwhelming to just sit and see this big page. I don't think A5 is that big actually, and considering that you lose this bar and you also lose kind of this bar, it's not that big of a space. But sometimes life gets busy and it can be hard to make time. So yeah, this is how I just give myself a little bit of a structure, step by step, and it makes the process a lot easier. So yeah, this is all for today. I hope that it was somewhat useful. And I want to say thank you so much for everyone that is giving so much love to the channel and to my videos. Yeah, it's such an unexpected surprise and one that I am enjoying so much. So thank you to everyone. And I'll see you at the end of the week with a new video, probably a February flip through. So yeah, goodbye everyone.